What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and this is just crazy because we were just talking about this not too many days ago. Actually, I posted a video just last week about this leak, and actually it's now out in the wild. Yeah, pun intended. It's out. You can actually watch this video now. It was changed a little bit, but Nintendo has officially put it on their YouTube channel, and it's an official commercial now. Like it's a real thing. You can go watch it, and yes, there's a lot of things in this, and I can now actually break it down with you and actually show you the footage and show you some things that I was talking about in that last video, because now it's officially out by Nintendo. But let's look at it, let's break it down real quick and talk about that one important scene, that really important scene that we were discussing and I was trying to articulate to you based on my past knowledge, but now I can actually show you. Let's dive into it. The first part has Link gliding towards Hyrule Castle with 4 hearts. I don't know if this is the same thing as Breath of the Wild, meaning that you can take on Ganondorf from the very beginning, or yeah, I don't know. But he's near Hyrule Castle. You can see it floating up in the air, and you can actually see the bottom portion of the castle still connected to the ground. So a certain portion has been ripped up this time, not the entire thing. Like the wall surrounding Hyrule Castle is still intact down there. So yeah, I'm very interested on how the castle is going to play this time around. Are we able to just fly straight there, or is there going to be some type of like giant barrier not allowing us to get there until we do something this time around? This is going to be definitely the mysterious thing. You can also see a new Sheikah Tower on the map, which is just to the south of Link, which is very close to the castle town and castle area, which is cool. And also something interesting here. There is a house on the map that's just directly behind Link here. Now, Hyrule has no villages within the main area and the main landscape around the castle. So this is interesting. Now, we know according to the website, it said that there would be new villages and places to visit and stuff. So maybe this is one of the new villages that Link gets to rebuild. Maybe Link actually gets to rebuild Castle Town. There's lots of empty places where new villages can go in Hyrule, such as the snow region, and obviously up in the Heber Peaks could have like a little snow town or something, but also just the entire west part of the map is pretty empty. So I would love to see them add more towns, and this could be an indicator of one. We then get 3 clips of a woman trying to get past this obstacle up on the Sky Islands where she has to walk across this railing in order to get over, but instead she uses different methods. After running on the rails keeps failing, she uses a minecart, which then just falls straight to the ground because it runs out of track on the right side. Then it looks like she fuses like 3 minecarts together in order to make some type of train, which is really cool because then it can stretch all the way to the back rail and reach all the way to the front rail without falling off, which is a pretty cool puzzle. Next, we see a guy building some type of contraption in order to fly in the air. Now, there's nothing really interesting about this to break down, but there is one thing that I've noticed. Off in the background, you can see a ring of rocks. Yeah. Koroks are probably back, which just means there's probably going to be 900 of them with no special reward, but I'm going to have to collect them because that's just the completionist in me. But you can also see one of the energy tanks on the back of his flying craft actually depletes, which might mean it would shift to the second tank then, so maybe if you have like 4 tanks you can fly longer. We then get a scene of Link fighting the Flame Glioc. So yep, that is the confirmed name of this 3-headed dragon coming all the way back from the original Legend of Zelda, which is super cool. Link has some cool Zonai sword and Zonai cannon built onto his shield that we've seen multiple times already. I am a little curious about how it works on the shield. We've seen the fire one, but I believe this is the one that shoots the cannonballs, so maybe if you just hold up your shield, it will fire cannonballs in one direction. But yes, Flame Glioc, which probably also confirms that this will be an enemy that you can find in some other areas as well, such as maybe a Freeze Glioc or an Electric Glioc, which is pretty cool. But this thing is absolutely massive. Look at the wings on it as it's flying. It's actually terrifying, and it shoots these 3 laser beams of fire down at Link as he's running away. This is going to be a heck of a fight. Well, this one is pretty interesting. We know a row maxes out at 15 hearts. At the top left here, we can see Link has 17 hearts all in one row, which might confirm that his heart count goes a lot higher than normal, which could be pretty massive, meaning that there's a lot of more dangerous, more hard-hitting enemies in this game compared to the last. But if you think this Glioc fight is going to be absolutely amazing, stop what you're doing and leave a like. And also, subscribe if you're enjoying the video. I mean, seriously, it's that simple, it's that easy, and it helps out so much, guys. Thank you so much. Back to the video. Now we get a scene of Link using the Ascend move to get to the top of an enemy camp, but he's also using the Hylian outfit that we've seen in the first game, which shows that past outfits are indeed coming back. Now, Link just jumps to the top of the enemy camp in order to grab the chest, which also makes me wonder, what's the point of this? Like, he could just jump to the top, take stuff, and leave. Of course, yeah, you can beat up enemies to take their horns to fuse with your weapons, but yeah, I just don't know about this move in particular. I just don't see the big appeal. Like, yeah, you can get to the top of enemy camps, but I'm sure maybe it's used in deeper context later into the game, like in dungeons or something. We're just going to wait and see, but this one just is not that exciting to me for some reason. They showed this robot thing coming out of the wall again, which we've already seen in the last trailer, but this next scene and the last one is the reason we are all here. Link is in an underground area, and it is literally pitch black all around him, and the only way for him to light up the surrounding area is to shoot these spore seeds at something like a wall or a tree, where it sprouts this little seed that looks like the same little plants and foliage we see associated to the Zonai and the Sky Islands, but yeah, it lights up and illuminates the surrounding area really well. No, not just like a little small spot of light like a torch would do, it lights up the surrounding area massively, giving you tons of light to see around Link. Now, to the right of the tree, you can see tons of malice embedded within the grass, and also something up on the wall or in another cave into the back right, which seems to be full of malice. Now, once again, something we've seen within the overworld is lots of these malice holes or malice circles, which might be where all this stuff is coming from underground. Maybe this was all thanks to Ganondorf being underneath Hyrule this whole time. So maybe we have to go underground in order to eliminate some of these malice threats, and this is where the cause of one of those malice areas is, somewhere deep underground that Link has to take out. Speaking of deep underground, notice also, I've brought this up in the past video, that Link is negative 479 meters underground, which is in the negative integer. We also pointed out that this depth is about the same height as the dueling peaks, which just gives you a little bit of a grasp of how deep we can be going underground, and probably we can go a lot deeper than this as well, because it can still go up into the thousands, or technically in this case down to the thousands, which is really cool. The map also shows only one lit up area. I don't know if we have to find a new way to track our map down underground, but there's one lit up area which seems to be like a sun or some type of spiky spot, and that's it. Maybe this is where Link entered the cave. I really have no clue what this could even be. Then finally we see a giant tree in the background, which we've actually seen things like this in the past trailers, and it's like a big root that has a big yellow sack sticking out of its base, which I'm not 100% sure what this could be, but we can see at the very bottom of the root there seems to be some type of glowing neon green light coming from it, which would probably represent something Zonai related. Now, what does this do? I have no clue. Could this just be a way for Link to level something up and he has to collect like different pieces of whatever this is dropping or dripping from these roots? I don't know. At first I thought it could be a sack full of the malice that Link has to pop and break open underneath the ground, but it looks like it might actually be a good thing and a useful thing for Link. That is pretty much everything for the new Tears of the Kingdom trailer, but of course some people out there is probably still going to find more things. I see there's like literally dedicated Twitter accounts where they're kind of combining this map to the past one and seeing what's changing and where Link is exactly at and just all the little details in between. So yeah, there's probably going to be even more. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Tears of the Kingdom and Zelda in general, as we're only just a couple of weeks away into playing this game. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.